particular is your level of organization. So I left here last year, and it took me like 45 minutes to get home, and when I got home, I had an email from Kate, who was like, we want you for next year. Can I talk to your booking manager? We're sending our deposit now. It's really fantastic. Well, thank you so much for having me back. We are here tonight to celebrate young people in their poetry. Who's down for that? I'm going to give you a pass on that because we're in a library, you're conditioned a certain way, and you think you have to be quiet here. But when I say who's down for that, it's your job to get like very excited to the point that these 9 nervous young people in the front row forget about their nerves, okay? So way in the back, you sir who just leaned forward and looked, I want to hear you scream. When I say you guys down for youth poetry? Didn't yell, so we're going to try one more time. Ladies and gentlemen, are you excited? You said very nice. So, has anyone been to a poetry slam before? Oh, you guys are doing well. Who was here last year? Oh, you already like me. Good. Hands down. Couple rules for those of you who are uninitiated. Poetry slam rules are different in every city. Mill Valley is no exception. You have your very own poetry slam. I'm very happy to be here. I'm a little new on your rules, so if I mess anything up, forgive me, poets, judges, audience, librarians, Dewey Decimal filers, etc. Good, okay. You guys like my so the rules. The poems can be up to 3 minutes long using no props, no costumes, no musical accompaniment. At 3 minutes and 10 seconds and 1 millisecond, poets start losing 5/10 of a point for every 10 seconds they go over after 3:10. Judges, don't worry about that. Audience, don't worry about that. Poets, don't worry about that. It's not going to be a big deal. The judges' scores are averaged, and any overtime penalties will be deducted by the scorekeeper. Who's the scorekeeper? Where are you? Oh, nice. I like your tabulation style. It's good. You're doing great. The poet with the highest average score, so the 3 poets with the highest scores from the first round will continue on to the second round. The poet with the highest average score from the first and the second round will win the entire competition. Does that make sense? Yeah. Poets, remember what I told you about competition? It doesn't really count. It's not a big deal. It's just a gimmick that got, like 200 people into a library on a Friday night? Will Smith has a new movie out. You know? It's right down the street, and you guys chose to come here instead. So give it up for yourselves. It's fantastic. The first prize is an iPad mini. The second prize is $50 to the soul food restaurant I love best in the world. It's called Soul Food. It's right here in Marin. It's awesome. The third prize is a $25 gift card to Equator Coffee. Yeah. Anybody have any questions? Good. We're moving on. Poets, are you feeling ready? We usually have a calibration poet. That's not the case here, so I'm going to get the audience real excited and live and hyped again. Yeah? And then, Paula, you're on deck. I'll tell you who's on deck and then who's coming up next, okay? So, audience, again, it's our job to get these young people who could be doing anything with their time, like literally anything with their time. No drugs, no alcohol tonight. They're just like reading poems tonight. And tonight and every night, young ladies. It's our job to get them very excited about poetry, as excited as you are at the bottom of your Malbec, okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, please get excited. Get on your feet. It is time for the 4th annual Mill Valley Public Library Poetry Slam. Get on your feet. If there's something you want to respond to in the middle of the poem, feel free to say, go ahead, or yeah, or I like that, or l'chaim, or mazel tov, whatever it is that moves you. Shabbat shalom, it's that time, right? Whatever it is that moves you, you can feel free to respond to that and say it in the poem as well. Poets, are you ready?
Yep.
All right.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. It's happening. All right. First up is my friend Sabrina. Her last name is pronounced Nargis. Yeah.